Market update on the third. Huge day for the bulls, up 2.64% on the day, and looking great from 357.09 all the way up to 368.54 at one point, almost up 3%. And we came back down a little bit at the end of the day, probably for options most likely, but also, well, actually, let's go into right here. Last time I had this as a expanded triangle. I changed it a little bit, but it's not going to really affect the move at all. It's the exact same move, but I have it labeled as now this being the fourth wave, this being 3, the end of 3, and then A, B as an expanded flat. And then currently I have us sitting here at A right here, pullback B, and then a C wave up here. It appears that the C wave is finished, as we've already retraced back into this area right here. As far as targets for the overall B wave, I'm looking for anything between the 0.23 fib and the 0.38 fib as the most likely. Probably more likely we'll come in here and hit this resistance tomorrow. Currently it looks like we have A, B, C, A, B, and then a C wave right here. So this could play out two different ways. It could just come down here in the morning and then we go higher, or it could go A, B, C, bounce, and then go down lower for the overall B wave down here at 364.15. If this is an expanded flat, normally the most likely targets are the 1.23 fib and the 1.61 fib of the overall AB wave, which is 375.83 all the way up to 381.95. However, if you take the 1.63 fib of this move, you'll also see that that hits right around 375, high 375s. So with that being said, I think the high 375s are the most likely target. So we'll have ABCA, pullback B, and then probably something like this over the next couple of days, maybe by Wednesday or Thursday, maybe the end of the week, up here to about the high 375s. And that would complete the overall fourth wave. Is it possible that we already completed this move? I would say it's unlikely, but then again, this B wave did come way past the end of the A wave, and this almost hit the parallel line from if you cloned it and put it up here. But I would say it's very unlikely. Zooming out now on we can go to the 1 hour time frame and take a look at this. From the second to the third wave, you'll see that the target of 375 is actually past the 0.5 fib. However, that's fine because this second wave was such a little second wave, it barely pulled back, that you would expect a fourth wave to go farther. So if the second wave pulls back a lot, I would expect a small fourth wave. Since the second wave barely pulls back, I'm expecting a bigger fourth wave, and so going past the 0.5 fib, as long as it doesn't break into the first wave, is fine. So I would expect high 375s to complete the overall fourth wave. I don't see any alternatives to this right now. I think this is the most likely. When I originally had this as the fifth wave right here, this wouldn't make sense because this B wave comes back past this A wave, past the 1.23 fib, so this couldn't be an expanded flat. So this makes the most sense. As far as invalidation goes, B wave can go as far back as it wants. It can go past the end of the B wave. However, in this instance, we're trying to go all the way to 375. I would probably not want it to lose 363.40. So probably if it goes to the 0.5 fib, we might have to change things. It might not go as high as 375. If it comes all the way back here, I would probably actually just expect a double top with the A wave. So 372. So the B wave does matter tomorrow. If we get a short one tomorrow or come back here, I expect 375 85. So after that, that would complete the overall fourth wave, and we would expect a move lower to most likely we'd be looking at like 350 to 345, something like that. I've already thought through if it's possible that we already bottomed. It is possible. If you consider this A, B, C, it's possible, because then again, this would be A, B, this would be A, B, C, or would it? It would not be A, B, C. Yeah, I think this is the best way of looking at this right now is this is a fourth wave, and we're going to see another move down, and then that could either complete the overall third wave or the overall C wave, and then we go higher. I'm leaning towards that being the bottom, only because I think the VIX has one more move higher right now, and I just don't see after we hit that level and then we bounce again, and the VIX is already in, let's say, the high 30s when we bounce up here. I don't see it going higher after that into the 40s or 50s going into midterms. So I think it's more likely that this is ABC, but we're only on the fourth wave of the C wave, and we're going to see one more move down to 345 to 350, potentially lower. We can look at the length of the third wave, which was 361.05, so about 28.17. I think I did this before, but so the first wave is longer. So that means if we go to 375 and we can't go any more than 28.17 on the fall. So that's around 347. So I think 345, 350 is a good target for the overall fifth wave, and to complete the overall C wave. And then I think we go higher into midterms. And potentially, I think it's very likely this is A, this could be B. We see A, B, C, bounce into midterms. So we bounce up here to 380 to 390, something like that. And then we come down here, so 385, 390, and then we move lower after that. So it'd be kind of like ABC, B, and then ABC down here. Probably hit the 320 area that we've been talking about for a long time now. So yeah, for right now though, in the short term, just look for a small move down in the morning and then a move higher to 375 most likely. In validation, we don't want to see anything lower than 363.40, or it might not be going all the way to 375 if that happens. So that's pretty much it. The VIX, as long as it didn't break into this first wave, then I think it can still be considered a fourth wave overall and still go higher. It looks like it's in A, B, and then a C wave down here. I think there's a little bit more to go as we melt up for this overall fourth wave, and then we'll see a rocket up to the 35 to 40, something like that is where I'm aiming for. We already hit 34.89, but probably like 35 to 40, something like that, to finish off the overall fifth wave. So yeah, that's currently it. I mean, the dollar, still not really doing technical analysis on dollar, it's too manipulated. But it's falling right now, and yields it looks like they're probably falling too. Yep, 3.64%. And I think that they look like they're going to have one more move down, and that would correlate perfectly with SPY melting up, because then we probably would get a pullback higher in yields and then another move down. So Yeah, that's pretty much it. I'll put the key takeaways in the description. Let me know what you think in the comments. Do you think we're going to go higher, or do you think that was the top today? What are your plans for this week? You make any money trading? Any of that stuff you want to leave in the comments. And like and subscribe, and I will talk with you tomorrow with another update.